Backbeat Rhythm. Hello. There we go. They're just finishing up over at Jody's, so we'll give them a chance to get stopped and quit talking. Oh my, it's been a long evening for me. Hi, Sarah Lee. Fiona. Everybody will be coming over eventually. Jody was still talking. That's okay. I quick took a picture and set it over on Instagram, and then I took a picture of something else and set it up on here because I realized I hadn't set up a thumbnail. I was not quite with it. Hello, Marilyn. I try to catch people to say hello, but you usually can only really do it right in the beginning because you can't always catch everybody as they come in later on. So, and Artsy's here. So you guys getting ready for Gobble Gobble Day next week? We were thinking about canceling the scout meeting, but all of the younger kids were going, no! So they want to come and play games. I think if they're going to come, we should make them at least learn one scout skill and then play games. Since our meetings are Wednesday nights, so it's the day before the holiday. So, and this area, the last thing I saw, my area is supposed to get waffled by rain for Thanksgiving. Oh joy, oh rapture. Who else? Juanita, hi. So, how many we have? We have 13 in tonight. So tonight's going to be a little different because of the fact that it's, as I've been going through stuff and cleaning out, I've been finding a lot of craft stuff. And then that one lone yard sale that I did a video on, just one, I picked up some stuff that would be good for, you know, little crafter lots. They're not huge lots. They're all just little things because they're so different. You know, like there is one little box, it's just bells, some of them vintage. And, well, thank you for subscribing. And hi, Linda. I'm hanging in there. Traction, I'm getting over pneumonia. I don't seem to be coughing up a lung anymore. I have another day. Like tomorrow, I think, is the last day for the antibiotics. So that's finally clearing itself out. The one pinched nerve that's left, though, is causing problems down my right hip. That was never a problem before. So that's why I left. Why I left the sale on Jody's early. I left at 10 o'clock, and that was so that I could actually do a lot of stretches and actually laid down for about 15 minutes with an ice pack underneath my small of my back, or just below the small of my back, trying to ice that sucker. Because I don't really want any spasms while I'm doing this. They're no fun. So I'm hanging in there, Pearl Nini. I am hanging in there. The traction is causing some issues with the last nerve that's still pinched. And I've had lots of fun trying to deal with bureaucracy of applying for aid for being short-term disability. That's been a challenge and been eating up the time. But I have help packing this weekend, so I should finally get everything done. That's their goal anyway, and I'll have 2 helpers. and I have them all day. Yeah, I haven't been able to go see my chiropractor because I hadn't had the cash to go see him because the insurance I have through the state does not pay for it. But I have the cash now, so I will do therapy tomorrow, and then if I can, I'll catch him in the late afternoon or else Saturday morning and go see him because there is a spot further up, like right underneath my shoulder blades, that's out of whack. And I dropped out of a tree as a kid, so that always has been a problem my whole life. And when that's out of whack, you can't quite, like, sitting up straight kind of aggravates it. But at the same time, you can't hunch over either because that also aggravates it. So it always just feels like there's somebody with a knuckle right underneath, right in the spine, right underneath the shoulder blades. And I said something to the physical therapy guy, and he was using his thumbs, pushing. And I was practically gonna scream because I'm digging my fingernails into their table because he does it in a way that hurts so much. And I'm like, yeah, and y'all wonder why people go to chiropractors who do it with the heel of their hand so it doesn't hurt. So I'm looking forward to going and seeing my chiropractor this week because I don't feel like being hurt like that again. Yeah, they were just wrapping up, and I figured I better start over here. And I see Perlini and Day Trip Vintage, College Debt Circus. I remember those days. I do remember college debt. It's even worse now. Good Lord, it's crazy now. And it's all to pay the president's salary because their salaries have more than quadrupled since the time I was in college. Mike is 27 now. He was 2 when I got him. I was putting myself through college then. So 25 years ago, you still could. Barely, but you could. You can't now. There's no way. There's no way. And they wonder why, like, kids in their 20s and millennials still live at home. It's because of the debt for school. They can't afford to go anywhere else. So Mike, we're more roommates than anything else because he pays rent. Why not? He's making more money than I am. He pays rent. So, yeah, sometimes, Linda, the amount of stuff that I have to prove I own the house. I have to prove I own my car. I have to research and find out what the Blue Book value of my beat up 2001 Chevy Malibu is with over 200,000 miles on it. So I have to prove the value of my car. I get having to prove I own the house and prove I own the car. I kind of get that. But that I had to go hunting for the value of the car. And if I had a life insurance policy, which I do not, unfortunately, and if I had a burial plot, they can tell me to sell them because they are considered luxury assets. Yeah. Yeah, I got turned down by the military when I came right out of college, right out of high school. They found out that my heart has a stress-induced arrhythmia, so the Navy saved my life, but they wouldn't take me. Fair enough. Oh, Nettie, you picked up some Christmas craft supplies? Well, in trying to clean out stuff, boy, did I find. And there was some I bought from that one lone yard sale thing that the one day I got to go do yard sailing this entire summer, had found a bunch of stuff. So we've got 34 and I've got a bunch of little bags here. Why don't we start with something? And it is all kinds of stuff. Everything from, like, the first thing I'm going to show you is beads for jewelry making. There's some rubber stamps. There's a couple of things of fabric. There's Christmas stuff. Some of it vintage, some of it not. Yes, a burial plot and life insurance is considered a luxury. And they said burial plot was a real estate holding. So luckily, the burial plot my family owns isn't in my name. So, because my parents, when they bought theirs, bought 4. Because at that point, they had already had 3 kids. And so there's still 2 spots there. I personally am going to do snap, crackle, pop. I think you can figure out what that means. So there's not, they don't have to have a spot for me. Just, you know, throw a little in Arden, Delaware, maybe a little in Rose Valley, and throw the rest in the compost pile, and I'm good with that. So, a red deer. I'm looking for a white deer to go with my snowmen. But all the vintage ones I see just are like priced right out of my league right now. So, and other Nancy is here. She's in the house. Nancy Smith is in the house. So I have, now this is a metal pendant. Has the hole there. And it's made to look like an old snuff jar. But it is a pendant. Now, these are the same color tone as the pendant, and these are also metal. Now, the label on here says that there are 30, but I counted and there's 38 little metal balls to go with it. So you can use them for whatever you want in an assemblage, or you can use them to make a necklace. So we have all of this. You get these 2 together for $6, and this is number 28. $6, number 28. Yeah, I saw the Target ones, and they didn't look vintage enough to me either. So, ooh, I realized something, that all the stuff I just sold on the one sale is here where I usually stick stuff. Let me move you over. Ah! Come on, Santa, you too. You sold. You had to go there. And the big bear is going to go to Singapore. There we go. I moved some stuff out of the way. I forgot to move the stuff that's sold. So if anybody looks at my Etsy store right now, you will see one lone thing in there that is a Daisy Kingdom panel of a little bee for a toddler to wear. That's the only thing in there right now, because I purged everything out of it to do the what did she call it, the Maker's Market on Jody's channel for all of the handcrafted items. So, and I still have more items over here that I never even got to show. So, did we have anybody for? No, I don't see anybody for those. That's okay. That is quite all right. Now, let's see. Now, if you see anything you think you should have as an offer, by all means, put it. Yes, I do combine shipping. I absolutely combine shipping. If you see anything that you think should be an offer, just put offer in all caps and we'll make it an offer, because I did not really have a way to comp any of this because I ran out of time. And 2, how do you find comps for some of this? Like, I have this. These are all the old, look at that old paper label. There are 1, 2, 3 full packs of, you know, all the rainbow colors of vintage pipe cleaners. And you can tell by the feel, these are the old wool ones. And they are, Christina, you do not see the Kokeshi dolls. Where are the old ones? The old ones might be up there in the drawer. So these are 9 inches long, but I couldn't find really a comp for what I know people look for these, but I couldn't find a comp to tell me what they should be to have old vintage wool pipe cleaners. So let's see, each one, does it say? Now it says there's 32 cleaners in each one. I don't think there's a whole 32. I think there's easily 40, maybe 50 total here. Oh, Nettie, get out of Top Chat. You gotta be in live chat. Did my pen just die? There we go. Okay, so let's make these. There's probably 50 of those. They're all vintage. Let's make these $5 for that whole pack. $5 for the whole pack, number 67. And as I said, they are 9 inches long, and they are all the nice. The nice part of these is if you find some vintage stuff and they have pipe cleaners on them that you need to replace, then you've got them. So, and so I see Day Trip Vintage. Okay. Put them up there. Now I have these. There are 2 that are the white sleigh. There's 3 that are the red. Now those are more modern. And then now this one, the stick is here, but it came out, and it looks like there was never any glue in there, but you could see glue on the other ones. So there's 2 that say Happy Holidays, and then the reindeer is wooden and says Merry Christmas. And they all have nice long pieces to them to go into an assemblage. And as I said, this one is not cracked or anything. It just, there's no sign of any glue residue that should be holding it onto its stick. Just pop that right back on there. So for the tall floral picks, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 8 of them. So we'll make these $7, number 77. $7, number 77 for all the floral picks. So, and I see Catherine Young first. Yeah, there's the amount of craft stuff in this house between my stuff, Mom's stuff, and then when Mom's friends would pass away, the family wouldn't know what to do with it. They'd give it to Mom. There was stuff from my grandmother, and I think we might have gotten rid of most of that, but maybe not all. And it's just, it's everywhere. But you know, that's why this is fun. Okay, now this one is going to be a small little lot because there's only, wow, I should have made them an offer up. I didn't really want to make them an offer up because most of them are kind of modern. I think only the Happy Holidays ones are older. No, I didn't have Kokeshi dolls to sell. That's not gonna happen. I collect them, and the ones I have had are from my parents, from my Aunt Michiko gave them to her in the 50s and 60s. So I have the older style, and I, for the first time, have gotten my hands on some new ones at Patrick's eBay sale for Trusty Huckster Mercantile. And so somebody's been picking on me, but you know, she just didn't bid high enough. I didn't bid that high either. I'm surprised I got them. So I have 3 little angels. Now these 2 look to be made the same company. There's well, maybe not, even though they look the same, because they've got the same gold tone, but this one has a little, you can't see it. It says made in Hong Kong, on the little one. And then the bigger one, now her wings kind of are weird because they're on a little piece that pivots. But I think she was a floral pick because she has a hole in her. But they are the same gold tone. So you get these two, and then you get this cute little tiny one. And look, she's just so cute. And I need something white. No, not the recipe for broccoli mac and cheese. Can you see, like, the one side doesn't have all the designs on her skirt, but this side has little lines painted, and she's lucite. She wasn't a pick. She's got a flat bottom, but she's a little lucite one. She's tiny. She's really cute too, though. But I mean, look, she's not even 2 inches. She's such a cute little thing. So you get all 3 of the angels. You get, and like I said, the one is Hong Kong, so the one is definitely a vintage one. But you get all 3 angels, and it's $3, and it's number 11 for the angels. $3, number 11. And you get the Hong Kong one, the lucite one, and the other one, Day Trip Vintage. Okay, we'll stick that one up there. Let's see. Like I said, I just put all the stuff in plastic bags, and all the plastic bags are just here. Okay. Come here, you. Oh, wait, where's your other one? Don't go run away on me. All right. So I only have 2 at the moment. Now, does anybody do rubber stamping? Because I have 2 rubber stamps tonight. I have to write it down because I didn't write everything down because it just ended up being this big mound in the box. So the first one I have, we have a year on you because sometimes they do. It's Official Looney Tunes, 1998, Bugs Bunny. There's not a lick of ink on it because I've never used it. But it is an unused Bugs Bunny rubber stamp. Everybody loves their Looney Tunes. And he is, well, the whole block is a little over 2 inches tall, but the image is just a hair, no pun intended, but just a hair over 2 inches for the image you would get. So this rubber stamp of Bugs Bunny is $6. It's number 32. $6, number 32, and I've never used it. Now, the other one I have is called Center Stage Frame from Posh Impressions. And I have used this one once or twice, but I always made sure to carefully clean my stuff right away. This one's from 1997. And this one you'd probably still have really more use for because it's not like the Bugs Bunny one's character specific. But this one makes this great big frame. So it makes this big curtain frame. And the curtain frame, and it has a little line across the bottom too. So the whole curtain frame part is 4 3/4 inches across and 3.5 inches tall. That's what the actual finished image would be. And you can see it's all still nice and clean, but it makes this great curtain border and then this little line here, and then you can fill in whatever you want on there. And, you know, for doing junk journaling, this would be kind of cool because you can make whatever color frame you need to. And then have this cut out and have some other image in there. So the curtain frame, this one's a big one. Oh, I can't read it. But rubber stamps are not inexpensive, but a lot of the companies that made them have gone out of business. So for the big curtain rubber stamp one, this one is $9 and it's number 10. It's $9, number 10. Sit that over there. It kind of has that Art Deco, I don't know, with all those curved lines, it'd be Art Deco or into the 30s, or even kind of a little on the aesthetic side. That tea is strange. So it's called London tea. I finally opened up something somebody had given me. It was a little tin, and there's 3 little tins, and one is English breakfast, one is Darjeeling, and no, one is English breakfast, one is Earl Grey, and that other one says London tea. But they're really cool tins, so I'll keep the tins when they're empty. Because one is Big Ben, the clock on Parliament. One is a double-decker bus, and then one is one of the red phone booths from Britain. So they look pretty cool. Now, these, I think, has a barcode to it. I'm pretty sure these are pretty modern, but you could take these apart or use them as they are. They're made to be candle rings, and there are 2 of them there. So I think the flower came off of one because it's in the bag. So you have the 2. Yeah, there's no date on that. So you have the 2 large, and these are all fabric. These are silk flowers, and the red has flocking to make it all fuzzy. But I'm pretty sure those are more modern. So for the 2 large candle rings with the fabric, if I could spell right tonight. So with the fabric leaves and flowers, these are just $3, and they're number 47. $3, number 47. We have those there. So who's come in here? Oh, Gabby's here. Gabby's here. Vintage finds. There was somebody on Facebook Marketplace that had a life-size TARDIS that was free to anybody who wanted to come get it. And I was dying because I'm going, I got no vehicle and nowhere to put it. I would, though. I really would. If I could, I would. Okay, here's one of the ones that actually, it's the whole kit. It makes 12. It has the wire. It has all the beads. It has the little silver cord to make them ornaments if you want. It's never been opened. Probably was something we got thinking we'd do it with the grandchildren. Now the grandchildren have their own children. Oh, it's not as old as I thought. It says 2004. So at least we're into the 2000s. So for the candy cane kit, this is $5 and it's number 33. $5, number 33. I can't even begin to tell you how many of those I used to make as a kid. Because we used to make them with a pipe cleaner. Nettie. Oh, thank you, Nettie. We'll put them up here. Now, what else do we have? All right. I have, and I took these off my Etsy page for you guys. These are going to be an offer up. They come in their own little paper bag, and you can see all the Chinese writing on them. I got these a long time ago from a pen pal. These are an offer up, and the offer starts at $6. They are paper cutout, paper silhouette cutouts from China. And you have a man and a woman. I never did figure out what they're looking into. But they are beautiful little silhouettes on colored rice paper. And you get 2 of them. And the other one, I love this one. I love this. And this is an offer up starting at $6 for the 2 of them. And she's got her little chickens. She's got her little birds there in the bottom. There we go. Get it against it. You can see it. And you can see the designs of her outfit. You have to be right against the paper or you can't see the eyes of the little chickens. But aren't they cool? And it's an offer up for, and you starts at $6. And you'll get both of them. You will get both of them. I have been kind of afraid to decoupage with them because I don't know exactly how old they are. And I was always afraid that the red, because it's a really thin rice paper. And I was always kind of afraid if the red was a vegetable dye, it might run. And so I don't see anyone for those to start at $6. So let me just slide them back in their envelopes. Come on now. Yeah, they are really cool. I like silhouettes. I have some from Germany that they had made a, and no, I'm not giving those up, the ones I have from Germany. But they had, somebody at some point had made a series of the fairy tales. And I have a couple of them. I don't have all of them. But I have a couple of them that hang in my room. Okay, we will sit those aside. And I have 2 others that it's the same thing. They're very, very lightweight, but this one is got all the wonderful watercolor done and has a bird. Oh, come here, bird, hold still. But he is this wonderful cutout bird. Yeah, they are fragile. The red ones are not. Their paper is a little thicker, but this bird scares me because this bird is quite thin rice paper, and but he's just fabulous. Probably should just frame them in something. But he is, the little bird is $5 and he's number 26. $5, number 26 for the bird one. And I'm going to sit them somewhere safer. Oh, and Nettie wants that one. All right, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Well, let me move. Oh, I'll leave him over there. I've had him. I pull it out. I look at him every now and then I'm like, they're so pretty. And I'm like, I just don't know what to do with it. So, okay. I have, and I'm going to make this one an offer because I don't know if we have anybody that would, I don't know what else to do with it. So this is a fat quarter piece of fabric, and it is tiny little piggies. Can you see? It's all these tiny little pigs. So this is, I doubt very much this is printed anymore, but it's what they call a fat quarter. So it would be 22 by 18 inches. And no, actually, let's not make it an offer. If you want anything as an offer up tonight, just put offer in the chat and we'll do it that way. But for the mini piggies, fat quarter, we'll make that $5, which is probably too little, but I don't care. So he's $5 for the mini piggies, for the fat quarter, which is 18 inches by 22. And he's number 43. 43 for the little mini piggies. And this one, well, this one actually says quilting bees. They aren't bees. This one is the same thing. It's a fat quarter. So it's a half yard by 22 inches, but this one, the pigs are a bit bigger with a checkerboard pattern. And this piece is also $5. Number 14. $5, number 14 for the bigger piggies, if anyone is interested in them. Jan and I have been joking around is that when she gets through all the stuff of her mother's, by then maybe I'll be to my mother's massive fabric stash. And oh, Melanie, okay. And we'll have nothing but a quilt fabric sale. 43 and 14. Okay. Now I have, what do I have here? I have some clothespin ornaments, and I don't know their age, but you don't really, unless you go to find somebody that has them. I don't see these in the magazines anymore. When I was a kid, these little suckers used to always be in the magazines telling you how to make them. But these are the best wise men I've ever seen. So you're going to get 4. We're going to do an offer up because I'm pretty sure I know this one. This one is from my stuff. So I know about this weird one. This weird sucker was made, I think, by my sister when I was a little kid. So this sucker is from the 70s. He kind of freaks me out. I really don't, I don't know what's going on with that freaky pom-pom head, but that's one pom-pom. So I'm guessing they put that out in 1976, but he's meant to be a soldier. So this is, and so he comes with it, but this is, I should type it in. Oh, I almost lost the mouse. So here we go. 4. Okay, so we're going to start it at 4 as an offer up. But now get a load of these wise men. My grandmother did these. She even put a little piece on the back to give it some little, and she sewed this. There's a seam where she sewed the coat. And he's even got his little thing, which would be for the incense, to make it look like an incense burner. So there's that one. And then this one. And it's the same thing. She took this fabric and made the coat and sewed it and then put it around, made little crowns for him. So he's got his little thing. What was it? Frankincense, myrrh, and something. I've forgotten. Now he's got twist tie arms to give him white arms, but all this is carefully glued glitter. And they all have hand-painted faces, which I wish this thing would, if I can get that out of the way. So he's got this, I don't think you can see it. He's got this cool mustache that goes, he's got one of those mustaches that goes down and then goes up into the side chops there. And then the third one looks Oriental. He looks Asian. And then he's got this long staff with gold on it. He's got a little fabric piece. He's got another layered piece here, and then a piece around his little feet. And they all have been carefully sewn together and then put on him, and then has all that little glitter all carefully put on it. They are really, really cool. I have so many ornaments for on my tree. It's unreal. So I see Elizabeth De La Rosa at 10. But yeah, these are so cool. And they are just awesome. It probably was a basic pattern out of a magazine. And then she just went off on her own and added to it, because that's what she used to do. So you have these 3 awesome wise men, which are so creative. And then you have the crazy little guard, which I'm telling you, that pom-pom being those colors has got to be from 1976. When else would they put out a pom-pom that was all 3 colors? So you get all 4 of these. Gold, that's the other one, the gold. Okay. So I guess the guy with the stick has got the gold in his pocket. And I see Elizabeth De La Rosa for 10 for these 4. And we're gonna slide them in their bag so I can get to my keyboard and not have glitter get into my keyboard. So we're gonna do going once, gold, frankincense, and myrrh. What is myrrh anyway? I don't really know what that one was. Going twice. Nettie is out. So we have sold. Sold for 10. Yeah, my mom, my grandmother, my great-grandmother, they all were really very talented with handcrafts. So let's see here. This is the and that was for 10 to, where'd she go? Elizabeth De La Rosa. And Elizabeth, if I Don't remember if I have your info or not. But my email is right there. And you can send me that. Send me your info. It's the usual stuff. I need your PayPal, email, and your shipping address. And then I will get you packed up and get you an invoice. And I want to thank those who are still waiting for invoices, because that pneumonia really kind of screwed things up. But I have helpers coming tomorrow. A niece is on a layaway, a layover, not a layaway. And so her and her spouse will be here tomorrow all day. She said, you know, she can't normally help me out, but they've got a 24-hour layover. So they're going to spend part of it with me getting stuff done, which will be great. And the fact that this pneumonia is finally gone, I'm not like falling asleep every 4 or 5 hours. So let's see, who's next here? Let's do this guy. So this is more of just, I don't know that you'd actually use this, and it's in rough shape, but it's from Woolworths. It's the actual kit, America's Christmas Tree, 29 cents, and it's missing one because the top here got squished, and there's a hole at this end, so it's missing one ball for a toothpick tree, and there is a tear down here, but all the instructions to tell you how to make it are on the back, and it tells you down here all the supplies you would have needed. And I tried to find packaged expressly for FW Woolworth Company, made in USA, and I could not find a date on this anywhere. So I didn't know if anybody, I mean, I kind of would love to find one of those trees. I want to know, is this like plastic stuff that they've used to make that? But I just thought that was kind of funny. So I'm going to sell it at a price where you can use the balls if you want, because I'm just going to sell this for $2, which is even for the styrofoam, that's way cheaper than what it is to get little styrofoam balls in the store. But like I said, if you want it as a fun little Christmas collectible, it's in rough shape because the cardboard's really beat. But it's $2 for this, number 69. $2, number 69, which is way below what it would be just to get the styrofoam balls, if you can find them that small anymore. Okay. Now, oh, Catherine Young. Okay. This next little bag is stuff that is fabric. This one is a stiffened ribbon wreath that it looks like someone had made. They did a nice job. And you've got this neat little bristle pine cone and little berries, and then of course a little rolled up thing of Christmas paper. So you get that. You get, hey, cooperate here. You get this one, which is a bell, kind of plain, but really nice looking. The ribbon is flocked with the plastic, well, satiny kind of polyester backing. So you get that one with it too. You get this very country style stocking with an apple stuck in at the top, button holding that on. And then the one I really think is cool, put all these little fabric ones together. This says Lao Song Handicrafts, made in Thailand. This one still has his original tag and is an elephant. Look at all that. He's all sequined up and beaded up on both sides. He's pretty cool. I think he's more fun than anything else in there. So you get all 4 of these fabric ornaments, but you get all 4 of these. The elephant's really awesome. You get all 4 of these. It's $4. It's number 21. $4, number 21 for the 4 fabric ornaments, which includes this cool little elephant with all the beadwork. And I see Nettie for that one. Thank you. Hi, Debbie. Stick that up there. Now, somebody earlier asked about yarn. Now, the only yarn I have, and I've just left it all together, is because this is thicknesses of yarn that you just don't, you're getting it as I found it. And it's not, you know, it's still good. It doesn't, I made sure it doesn't fall apart, because what's the fun in that? It's still wrapped around a pencil. So you have the red, and the red is pretty standard. Okay, that one is pretty standard. But this one is a little thicker. And I haven't seen yarn like these in a long time. So you have some little pieces there of that. And like I said, that they're just kind of coming with it. Then you get these 2. Look at that green. Isn't that wonderful avocado green we all grew up with in the 70s? So if you want to make some 1970 chic Christmas stuff, you can have the avocado green yarn to do it with. So you have that with it too. But then, whether you want to tie up packages with this or use it around an assemblage, look how thick this yarn is. I mean, look at it's almost as big as my little finger. And I have it in the avocado green. And I haven't measured any of this. I have it in a red. And I have a little bit in pink. And then a little more, there's 2 pieces of this, in this more of a hot pink color. So, I mean, they're not long enough skeins to be kind of doing macrame or anything with it, but they're just such cool 70s colors that I thought, you know, for a crafter, if you were doing assemblage or doing doll hair or whatever you wanted to use it for, you're going to get this whole little bag of 1970s colors, and there's still glitter everywhere. So the 1970s yarn, this is $3. This is the deal night, you know? This is $3, number 15. $3, number 15. Oh, God, you use that for hair ribbons? Yeah, I could see that happening. Catherine Young. You know, a lot of my fabric and a lot of crafting stuff is over at Philly Flipper's warehouse, because a lot of my crafting stuff was in the room that is the Black Hole Challenge. And then apparently Mom started filling that up. Oh, the number for the pendant for these, the pendant, and then the little metal beads that are the same coloring. This was $6 and it was number 28 for these, Sarah Lee. It was $6, number 28 for these 2. You're all having flashbacks? Yeah. Oh, I still will never forget, because it was 1976 when I was 5th grade. And so you want these, Sarah Lee, I take it. You want those. And they made us do this special program of marching around to music in the gym for 5th. And it was the Turtles' Happy Together. I was so sick of that song by the time we got to graduation. I still can't hear that song without just kind of cringing. Oh, day trip, that's funny. Oh, man. Oh, let's see. What else do we have over here? Plastic goodness. What is it? I forget what Michael calls this. Trash-tastic? Is that what he's always calling the plastic stuff? So I didn't take these out. There's what is this one? Oh, okay. So, well, you're not big enough to be napkin rings. Okay, so these seem kind of modern. You find these every year, everywhere, just little red ribbons. But this is some kind of red acetate ribbon, and then they took a pipe cleaner, nice fuzzy one too, and wrapped it around. So there's I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think there's 5 of those in there. So that's coming with this. And then you have, oh wait, there's another one. So you get those. And then you have these 2, all that vintage plastic from the 70s. Oh, this one still has its tag. What's it say? Made in something. Oh, it just came off. Made in Hong Kong for Paragon candles. Okay. So I like when you have the white with the green. So you have these 2, and these are what? So it's roughly 4 inches wide. So you get those 2, and then you get 4 of these, which look more like bittersweet. And these are all tied together. These are 4 candle rings, and 3 of them are tied together. 1 isn't. They don't have any original tag on them. But these make nice filler in a little display. But I'm always looking for the ones that have some more white to them. So you get all that plastic goodness. So you're going to get all that nice vintage goodness in there because they're getting hard to find the plastic flowers, the plastic Christmas rings. They are getting hard to find. So these are going to be $6, and you get everything that's in that bag. And it's number 56. $6, number 56, and you get the red ribbons, you get all the different plastic rings that were in the bag. And I see Debbie. I've been looking, I should put a picture of it on Instagram. We have a garland that has a white chain and little white lanterns about that high that hang down off of it. And then it has holly leaves down the chain, and it's all plastic. And I think I've only got about 8 feet of it. And I've always been looking for more, and I've yet to find it because it's not quite long enough to come all the way down to Bannister, but we try every year like it's going to magically grow more. Okay, what else do we have? Oh, a bag of wooden ones. Now, I didn't break this up. I left all the wooden stuff together. So there's quite a few pieces in here. So this is going to be an offer. Let me throw this in here. We're going to start this. It's going to start it at $5. It's an offer of wooden ornaments. Quite a few of them are still in the original packages. So there are 2 different nativity creche scenes. You have this one, and then you have this one. Though I can't figure this one out because he's looking the opposite way. So you have these 2 that are in there, and they were made in, where are you made? I can't read it. Made in Taiwan, Republic of China. Well, that's different. Can't say I've seen that before. So you have those 2. And then you have this one, which it took me a second to realize. Okay, do you realize that that's not a duck? That's not a goose? That's a seagull. I'm telling you, it's a seagull. It's cute, but that's a wooden seagull in there. I kept thinking it was some weird looking little duck, but that's a seagull. So that comes with it. This little white swan or goose with the holly on him and a bell, that's with it. This little girl, look at this mop of hair. This is the kid who comes down at the butt crack of dawn on Christmas morning while everybody's still asleep and falls asleep under the tree. And she is an ornament. I can remember as a kid, the Boy Scout fundraiser we had for the troop my brothers were all in, you had this thing from a company that you would take around samples and show it and then have orders. And one of the things that they always sold a ton of in the 70s were these wooden figures, you know, all these wooden ornaments. But she's just, her eyes are closed, she's smiling, she is out cold, but she comes with it. And there's a little wooden train engine still in its package. That's coming with it. And then there's these 2 printed in Hong Kong, and they're still in their original packages. Now you have him, and then you have him. If the glare will show him. There we go. So you get all of that, all those wooden ornaments, all in here, because none of these are anything I'm ever going to use, because what crafting I do just isn't that kind of style. So I'd rather, you know, pass it on along. The little girl, if I'll tell you though, if that little girl, if she were a redhead, you'd never be seeing her. But she's a blonde. So yeah, it's a Christmas seagull. What does a Christmas seagull do? Just stand there and say, every present is mine, mine, mine? Like, what is it, Nemo? Finding Nemo has all the seagulls where all they do is say it's mine. Oh, where are we now? Because this was an offer up. And I see Day Trip Vintage at 10. So I thought that was the funniest thing. I never saw anything in a cartoon that just totally, to me anyway, epitomized seagulls ever, except for that one scene where they all are going, mine, 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 mine. You know, that's a seagull for you, man. That is exactly seagulls. Oh, so let's see. Well, none of my siblings could take the ornaments because it's all packed in the attic way behind everything else. So all the stuff that we grew up with. But I will separate it out with them whenever I can finally get to it. So I see Day Trip Vintage for 10. And we're going to do going once. going twice. And sold. Backbeat, I know that feeling. Trust me, I know that feeling. Some of them aren't. Some of them just aren't worth the time. Day trip vintage. There we go. Oh, so how many of you were at Jody Renshaw's and saw me there? And you got to see some of the sewn items that I had from Mom and I. That was fun. Because I had pulled a bunch of my Etsy store is now got one lone thing. It's like totally empty because I pulled everything off. All but one thing. And then I opened up the 2 bins I still had left that were stuff Mom sewed. I still have some here that I had more out than I needed. So I have some stuff I never even got to show. Okay, what's next? Oh, how about Santa? So he's tall. He's cute. He's cold painted. He has some issues with the cold paint on the back. He does have his cork, but no maker's mark. He is a salt and pepper shaker, but he's got one problem besides losing some cold paint. At some point, the pom-pom, and you can just see the white paint there, the pom-pom that would have been there is gone, and I could not find any pom-poms. So otherwise, I'd have glued one on there for you. But he would still be good for in an assemblage because of that. Because it's literally right on the end of the hat, you could just stick a pom-pom on there and he'd be fine. And he's got such a great face. So, so we have the Santa salt or pepper shaker. Yeah, I mean, it'd be so easy to glue on. And I honestly don't know whether to just do them as an offer for you guys. Because that really, I mean, you kind of expect things to start losing some of their cold paint. But, you know, a little watercolor paint usually can touch some of that up. Or the model paint that you use for, like, the miniature soldiers and stuff. Trying to figure out a price for him because I honestly have no clue. Oh, how about, because he is a vintage one, how about $4? Number 39. He's tall too. You know, so he's 5 inches tall. So he's going to be the eye catcher for your assemblage. You're going to put everything around him. So $4, number 39. And I see Rose Spangenberg. Okay. So now he's got a new home, which is good. Notice the absence of snowmen on this. I didn't find too many. Where did I put the ones? Oh, they're back out in the other room. Some of the snowmen I found, man, there's a couple of them that are really kind of creepy looking. I'm not sure I'll be keeping them because they're creepy. But I did find some cool vintage snowmen. All right. Okay. This one is going to be an offer up. And I'm still, because I do decoupage, I'm so tempted to keep these. But I don't know when I'm going to have time to be doing more decoupage in a while. So I'm going to pass this on. This is the original box, gold strips. And it says each strip is 3 feet long and 1/2 inch wide for decorating gifts, packages, windows, tables, mantles, shelves, etc. And they're gummed. They're old enough that they have that gummed backing. Made in Japan. And it looks like it's never been opened because they still have they still have the glue to hold it down on them. But when you open it up, these separate. So this is what you get to use. You can put it this way. And these are gonna be an offer up, because to find this, I'm sure none of it's missing. It's all there. It is fantastic find for that. It's all embossed. We're gonna start this at 5 for the gummed edging. No, they're not Dresden. It is paper, and it does have the gummed back to it, and it's all embossed. If this thing would focus, you'd see, and because of the gold, it would be great for Christmas. But if you could see it, those are actually little tiny, it's like a little tiny heart shape with stuff in it. So, you know, it's really fantastic. And whoops, I forgot a period. It's not 500. It's an offer up starting at $5. But it's never been opened. So it says there's 648 inches worth. And I have the original box, and they were made in Japan. And yeah, meant to be $5 as the start. But yeah, that's a great find. That is an absolute great find. So yeah, I mean, you could use it for Christmas or for Valentine's Day because it's the tiny little hearts. And I see Fiona. And honestly, like I said, I was tempted to just hang on to this, but I know I'm probably not going to have time to do any decoupage stuff until next year. And I thought, well, you know, I will pass this sweet goodness along. And like I said, it still had the tape, and there's still a piece of tape on this one. And the tape is so old, it just fell off when I went to open it up and show it to you. So I'm really pretty sure that all of it is here. I don't think it's ever been used. And so I see us with Fiona Blackie Jr. at 5. Does anybody want to come in at 6 or more? So you get this whole thing. No, come on, don't fight with me. Go back in your box, all nice and neat here. But it is really neat find, made in Japan. And I see Catherine for 6. So and Fiona for 7. You have a counter to that? Anybody else? Yeah, I mean, they're just really, really cool. And now I've never trusted any old thing that was gummed that had embossing to it, because half of that's not actually going to touch the paper. And so I think we have Fiona at 7 because Catherine is out. So we have going once. Yeah. Blackie, I'm not going to let you outbid yourself. You know that, Fiona. Going twice. You're really making sure. You're showing you really want this. And sold. Okay, so Fiona was at 7 and then tried to outbid herself. Yeah, it's a neat find. And yeah, it's just they are cool. Oh, let's see, what else do we have? Okay, so we have some longer and more modern because the crafting I do, I don't tend to use pipe cleaners. So you have some gold ones, which it's probably not a whole pack. There's a couple of dark blue ones. Don't go freaky on me, StreamYard. What are you doing? my phone suddenly went black with the little doohickey circle. But it's weird. This one has a weird shape. But these are all more modern ones. And they're just not something I'm going to use. So now how long are these? Day Trip Vintage. What are you using them for? So these guys are just over 12 inches long. So these guys are big. And it's been a long time since I've been in a craft store to have any clue of what they cost these days. The vintage ones we did for, and these are not vintage by any means. Okay, so we're gonna do these for $3, which I'm sure is probably a steal, but I want them to have a good home. So $3, number 35 for the 12-inch long pipe cleaners for that patch. We're just cranking on along. We've gone through probably more than half. So, and I see, hello, Mary. Okay. Ah, hey, there's Jody. Oh, and thank you for letting me come on there. You know, I haven't sold craft stuff in a long while, and it was kind of nice to pull some of this stuff out and see it. And some stuff I didn't get to. I still have a pile next to me that's stuff we never even got to. But at this rate, we are just cranking through this crafting stuff. So I might show some of what's left of the stuff I made and that Mom made. So you might get to see some of the crafted stuff tonight and maybe sell that at the end here. We'll see. Okay. So who remembers angel hair? Good night, Melanie. You try to get some rest, hon. I know you've said you've been having trouble sleeping. You've had a lot on your plate for the second part of this year. So angel hair used to be, wasn't it made, or the early stuff, wasn't it made out of asbestos? You can have nature's angel hair. You know what? Some of you might know what this is. Let's see if I can grab a hold of it with a seed still on there. So, the seed came off. So this is what you get from milkweed. This is the blower part. And it just, hey, float in front of the camera. Thank you. But I have used these. I had a friend that used to make Christmas balls, and she would dry roses and put them inside the ball and then have this stuff as angel hair inside of it, because I grow it because, I mean, look at all that. Because even if it's, and some of them in there, they're still tight, but the minute you pull them out and separate them, they puff right up. They will puff up just like that. They puff right up. And you take the seeds off, but I leave the seeds on because it's easier to grab them and separate them. But it's the milkweed that the monarch butterfly likes and that its caterpillar eats. So if you have a butterfly garden or want one, you can plant some of the seeds. By no means plant all the seeds that are in here. You're going to fill a meadow full of this stuff. But I have 2 bags. I have 2 bags of these. And this one doesn't look as puffed up because these pods had not opened all the way, but as soon as you pull them out of there and pop that seed out, they will fluff right on up. So you're getting 1 bag, and I could take the first 2 people. So they are $4 for the milkweed silk. So it's $4 a bag, and it's number 12. And let me tell you, this stuff will puff up. So even though the bag is only this big, it's going to be the big puff pile will be about that high. So it's $4, number 12. And I see Elizabeth De La Rosa. Does anybody else want one? Okay. So we still have 1 left then. Unless, Elizabeth, you want both, let me know. Oh yeah, after being on a live, it always takes a little time to unwind. So let's see what else we have. All right. After how much the other ones went, I'm gonna make sure I do this batch as an offer up. Now, these colors are different from the first batch I did. These are more Easter spring colors of vintage. I mean, look at that old paper label on there. Not the 25 cents on that one. That's not what they were, but got that old label on them. But these are more. Will it get crushed if I ship the seeds? No, but Fiona, there's a lot of rules about shipping seeds from one country to another, and in some places it's quite illegal because the milkweed is can be considered an invasive. But here in the States, they've been encouraging people to plant it simply because it's the only food that the monarch caterpillar eats. So, and the puffiness, I mean, when you should see them when they're in the pod is about that big, and they are all compressed down. They don't puff out until when they open up and the wind starts getting a hold of them, and then they start opening up, and that's why they puff out so much, so the wind can just take it and float off with it. Yeah, Fiona, you're the only person here, I think, that, well, maybe in the Canada too, where I don't think I could send it to you. And I don't want you getting in trouble. It's different countries have some serious rules about any kind of seeds coming in or out of the country. But this batch is going, these are the old wool covered pipe cleaners. So these are the old, really cool ones. I got a kick out of these. There's only 2 of them. But look, they're striped. These two are striped. But these are more, I would say, Easter colors because there are a lot of the paler colors. And as you can see, there's 1, 2, there's 3 packs and then a little extra. And we're going to make these an offer. So we're going to start these. We're going to start these at $5. And let's just put Easter pipe cleaners just to keep them different. And let's see, see if I can actually put $5 instead of 500. There we go. So yeah, because the first batch, I didn't know that everybody would be so wonderful in wanting these, but this batch is more pinks and lighter colors with the orange. I mean, there is a black one, there is a dark blue, but they all have that more muted color. And these are, how long are you? So these are 9-inch long. These are all 9 inches long. The labels, I was trying to see who the label was made by, and I don't see it. R.J. Long, Rochester, New York. That's all I can tell. But there's a lot in there. You get all of that, and they are all old ones. And I'm seeing Day Trip Vintage at 14 is the high. Such a great find. The neat part when you find old stuff like this is sometimes then you can use it to repair vintage items that might need it. And I know everybody likes doing, like, you know, making crafts out of some of the vintage rhinestone jewelry, and I always try to find it just so I could have some to repair some of the stuff I have. So I see Day Trip Vintage at 16. And oh, this isn't actually tied with lace. It's tied with another pipe cleaner. It just seemed the expedient thing to do. And so I see Day Trip at 16. So we will have Going Once. Set that one up here. And Going Twice. Give it a second. And sold. Awesome. Thank you very much. Now, I want everybody to do me a favor. I want you all to pray that I don't get sick again for the rest of the year. Because every time I have a little help and I get things started and I get stuff backed up and then I get sick, or I've had something break, or I've had pinched nerves. I'm tired of this crap. Please send up a prayer that I don't have anything else go wrong with my health for the rest of this year. I'm just so over getting hurt or catching a cold. I'm done. Okay, this is something different. Now, I think the glue on the back of them might be starting to go. They basically are a giant sticker, but I can see where it's lifted up a little in the center. Now, there's a bunch of these. And I got them to do, I used to do rubber stamping and make my own cards and stuff, and I've never used these. But they all have these cool hologram things. Now, this one is just an all-over glitter. And then this one has kind of a spiral. I don't know if I can angle it right so you can see it. That one has kind of a spiral to it. Oh man, you shattered your ankle? Oh, that's rough. That is rough. I know I had to have foot surgery and had 8 bones reground. That is no fun. So there's two of the purple one. And then there's 2 of this lighter blue. Because you can see this one is all blue, but then when you see this one, can you see the different colors? It's kind of the same thing, that it's got all the sparkly, but at least this one, it's more like a hologram kind of thing. And there's 2 sheets of that one. That when you see it up close, it's a lighter blue, but all that stuff that sparkles, they're tiny little stars. They're teeny tiny little stars. But they're all big stickers, and they're meant to be used for crafting. And I have not done any rubber stamping in years. So I thought I would offer these up and you can use them for whatever. So they are, these I know were, and I did find something similar online and just about choked on the price for 1 sheet. So these are going to be $6. We'll make it a deal. $6 for the, what am I going to call these? Hologram sticker sheets. $6 for number 70. Yeah, these aren't Lisa Frank, but $6 number 70. I sold off a lot of my Lisa Frank. And it's funny, like I went through my whole sticker box. There's actually a video of me going through, and I did it because I was hurt and there was trying desperately for content. And I went through my sticker box, and I know there were people that had emailed me and I didn't write it down at the time. So I've got to go hunt for those. But a long time ago, I went through and sold off a lot of my Lisa Frank stickers because the collectors really, really want the ones from the 80s. You know, I graduated high school in 84, so I was there for all that sticker madness that went on. I still have my sticker books. Oh yeah. Yeah. I was pulling out, and I had sheets too. I had full sheets of Lisa Frank, but then I also made money off the individual ones, which was really kind of funny. Let's see. I have some craft ribbon. Now, this is the kind that they would make the bows out of. Now, I measured all this out to measure it and find out. So this is going to be an offer for craft starts with a C, Nancy, not a G. And I know I know this used to be big too in the 80s and 90s. But you can do so much with craft ribbon. So it's a whole little bag full, and I have the measurements to show you what it is. We're going to do this as an offer. And we're going to start this. We're going to start it at 4. So there's 2 pieces. Now, it looks a little whiter on what I'm looking at. This is more of an ivory. It's got a little bit of a yellow tint to it. So this is more of an ivory, and it is 2 3/4 inches wide. So it's that nice acetate ribbon. Okay, now of this white, there's 2 pieces. One piece is 1 yard and 30 inches, and the other piece is only 22 inches long. So there's 2 pieces of that. I just happen to have wrapped them all up as one. So there's that. Then there's this cool one. whoops, that has all these critters on it. So you have the bear and you have a rabbit, another bear, and then that same teddy bear. And this one is 1.5 inches wide. So this one, there's 3 yards and 3 inches of this ribbon. So that comes with it. And then there are 2 different ones that are diamond pattern. Now there's not as much as this one, but you can see the difference in the colors. So this one is the more muted colors. This one has 1 yard and 5 inches to it. And this is again, this one's all, the first one was acetate, this one's fabric, and the other one is all fabric. So the muted diamonds, there is 1 yard and 5 inches. And then of the brighter colored diamond ones, of this one, there is 3 yards of this. And so the offer was starting at $4 for all of this. And I don't see any takers. Now the nice part of like this one, these 2, they can go around. Like if you are doing some kind of a display piece or an assemblage, you can put it around the edge. But that would be a little hard. I have to admit that would be harder with this one because you can't go sideways. This one can only go up and down. So I don't see any takers for this one. So that one I guess will be a pass. And that's okay. I'll put my little note in there because I made a point of measuring them when I found them. And then I need to stretch because I was doing this. There was a couple points during Jody's sale where I had to I turned the camera off and it was just so I could stretch. There's a spot under my shoulder blades. It feels like somebody has punched me. And then, I was telling him on Jody's, I didn't get to go to the chiropractor yet. I didn't have the funds for it. Now I do. And I had said something about that to the therapist, but the physical therapist, when they're trying to adjust your spine, he's using both thumbs pushing down and it hurts like a, yeah, I ain't going to repeat the words, but I'm monetized now. Let's not do that. Don't want to get demonetized when I only just got approved yesterday. But I was digging my fingers into their table because it hurt so much. Whereas a chiropractor uses the palm of its hand, the palm of his hand. So I for one find them helpful, but it all like anything, it all depends on who you get. But I do know this, it hurt like the dickens to have the physical therapist try to do it. So I need to get that spot fixed because that's driving me bonkers. Okay, this is just for the heads. There's a sticker on the back of Santa that says made in Taiwan. So you get this cool Santa face. And then you have Mrs. Claus to go with it. And she looks so cute, smiling away with her little glasses. I laughed so much at her glasses because her glasses don't meet in the middle. So do they just like wrap around her head to stay on? Fiona, what are you doing? Were you putting in 4 for the craft ribbon? Let me know. Oh, okay. They'll make it official because nobody else put in for the ribbons. So we'll put the ribbons in. $4. Fiona. There we go. Okay, we got you, Fiona. But now we have these two vintage heads. This disembodied Santa couple. Book them. There have been a couple of vids, though not lately, not once I got the pneumonia. So there hasn't been an actual video. There have been lives, like even the preview for tonight was done as a live late last night. Just simply because of the pneumonia wiped me out. Though I have two videos I need to edit. Because I have one on an update on the cats, and then I have another one that was other stuff, like an update on Black Hole Challenge. I did a vlog to show what's going on in my life, and then I got the pneumonia. So, but we have these two wonderful heads. They're a good size because she's, hold your head still, girl. So she's 3 1/4 across. So you could, I don't know, you could make bodies and use these as the heads for some crafting thing. But you get Mr. and Mrs. Claus's head. You get their heads. Claus heads for $4. Claus heads for $4. They're in great shape. Like I said, he's still got the original sticker made in Taiwan on the back. And they are number 83. You get both their heads, $4, number 83. I had just subbed to there. Mother trucker. Ah. Oh, that would be cool. An American flag Afghan? That would be neat. Okay, so let me put the ribbons up here for Fiona. And no one for the Santa heads. And all right, let's get these out. This is an assortment of Christmas bears. Now, I don't know who made this one guy. He's strange. There's no baker's mark, but he's kind of got that chenille look. Either that or he's, like been after the honey and got stung by a million friggin' bees. There's no maker's mark. His little basket is glued to him, but it's glued to him sticking out the back. It's hot glue gun, so I'm sure you could fix that. But yeah, he's made out of some brown chenille, which makes him look like he's got the measles or that he's been attacked by a hive of bees. So you get that bear. You get this bear, which is a resin ornament. And he says made in China. And I think he might actually stand up on his own because one foot is flat and then the other actually has kind of a paw, but a flat spot there. So even though he's got the hook, he's still got the old hook on him. So even though he's got a loop spot on top of his head, yeah, he'll stand on a table. So you get that bear as well. And then now this little bear, it says CVS 1997, but you could always paint over that part. But doesn't he look so cute? Ready for bed with his little candle and his own little teddy bear. And then this one is an ornament that is a shopping bag with a little bear in it. And this one is a little chair ornament with Santa's hat. and another little bear. So I'm trying, Gabby. I want my house emptied. So you get 1, 2, kind of like that chair, 3, 4, 5 little bears that you could put into a little vignette or a little assemblage, and you can have all those bears, and we'll make the bag of bears. We'll make them $4 as well. Bag of bears is $4, number 71. $4, number 71 for the little bag of bears. $48, y'all are youngins. You could be my younger sisters. Seriously, I'm 56. You could be my younger sisters at 48. So, all right. Here is another offer, because this is a bag of Santas, and one of them is vintage. So, bag of Santa, we're gonna start. We're gonna start at $4 because one of these is a vintage Santa. Now, the benefit of when you do an assemblage where stuff is like hiding down in, you don't see what's under there, because this Santa is cute, but it's on a fork. He's coming up out of the chimney. So you get that one. Just stuff that down into a, you know what a neat part you could do with this is you could stick this into a house plant and just stick that right down in the dirt. Nobody'd be any the wiser. So you get that one. You get this one, which says made in China. Now, it's not resin. This is plastic. I hate that this camera does not focus too well. But he's got a present. He's got a little teeny teddy bear. So you get that one. Then you get roly-poly Santa here, who's also plastic and an ornament. Isn't he cute? Short little roly-poly Santa. The jolly elf. So you get that one. And then there's this pin, which doesn't have any maker's marks, but I think this one is older because that's the back. But then look at that face. Isn't that so cool? That, you know, that they give it such dimension with the eyebrows and the mustache. I mean, that's a really cool older pin. So you have this older one, which is a vintage pin. And then you have this older one who is, he doesn't have a hole on him. So I don't think he was ever, I don't think he was ever a floral pick. He's got a little loop spot up here. So I think he might have been an ornament, but he is definitely one of those ones that probably was made in Japan. He's got flocking. They used wool pipe cleaners are attached to be the white around here. And he's got this neat fuzzy beard. And he's got this great pose, kicking one foot out. So he is the really cool vintage one. His little mittens, he's got his little thumbs sticking up. But yeah, he is the really cool vintage one in there. But he and the pin are the two older pieces. And he's 4.5 inches tall. So he's a pretty good size. And his little belt is all attached on there. It's not coming off anywhere. The buckle's still good. I would bet my money that he was made in Japan. and all the flocking is still good. It's not coming off of the plastic anywhere. The flocking's still good. He's not necessarily a super vibrant bright red, but that's probably because of the age. You know, that flocking on a lot of things does start to lose some of the vibrancy of the coloring, but he is really pretty cool. And as I said, you get all of these Santas, but he and the pin, I would say the pin is probably from the 80s. And then he is probably from even before that. And he's just really cool. And he's slightly different. Like, we've all seen that dancing Santa one, because they made millions of them, but he just looks like he's kicking his foot out, like he's kicking snow away. So he's a very different pose than I've seen before. But he is definitely one of those made in Japan earlier ones. And the fact that they use the pipe cleaners, the wool pipe cleaners, for all this little trim work here and here, makes me think he's more likely to be before the 1960s or during the 60s at the latest. I don't think he's something from the 70s. I think he's more likely from the 50s or early 60s. Oh, yeah, I almost forgot about those little Mercury balls. You're right. We should do those next. Gabby will do those next. Thank you for letting me know, because I almost forgot about those suckers. All right, so we're going to start calling this one. So we're going to do going once on the Santas. And so far it's with Debbie at 10. Oh, Jenny plus 1 comes in at 11. Nettie at 13. And we're going to do going twice. So we're sitting with Nettie at 13. And then I'm going to call it and sold. Oh, well, that was super close. Let me actually refresh here and see, because like I said, that was super close. Okay, and when I refreshed, I see Debbie got in there for 14. Congratulations, Debbie. Yeah, because they both popped up on my screen at exactly the same time. And I'm like, oh, now I got to refresh. Okay, so Debbie got those. And honestly, I'm so busy working on these bags, I completely forgot these. And this is probably why half of you are here. So I have this Tupperware container that I didn't know what it was. What is that in there? Oh, that's red outdoor ribbon. What is that doing in there? So this Tupperware container, when I open it up, it is full of all these old Mercury balls. Now, they're not all 100% perfect shape. And some of them are kind of like clogged together because a lot of hooks are in here. I didn't even count them. I don't know how many is in here. So this is going to be, we're just going to make this an offer, and then I'll sit here and try to count them. So they're basically mini balls. we're going to start these at 7. And we're going to try to figure out what on earth is in here. So, okay, there's this one. And it's a pity because some of its color is disappearing inside of it. But I love that shape. And it's the only one like that. But when it's up close, you can see that the color inside is starting to flake. So that's the only one of that. Now, some of them, how many can I find that are like this? Some of them have a pipe cleaner in them and would have been in like ornaments and stuff. So there's 1, 2, if I can get it out of the knotted mess of hooks on this one set. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Any more? I'm trying to be so careful with these. Okay, there's a 5th one. And I am seriously going to figure out a way to pack these so they're not bouncing around against each other. I might have to pull out some cotton batting. So there's 5 of these ones that have the hooks. And then you got all these. And I'm going to have to tilt you guys a little more if I can. I don't think I can. All right. So there's different sizes. So there's a couple that are this big, because there's that one, and there's red like that, and then there's the next size down is this 1 wad, which gets on my nerves that it's all hooked together. And then there's smaller ones. Come on now. So then you've got the ping pong ball kind of, and even a ping pong ball is bigger than that. And then you got smaller ones. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 40. There's about 43 balls in here. Now, there's 2 that are strange because they are not like the others. They really are made to be kind of see-through. I don't think these were made the same way as any of the others, because all of the others, it's a very definite color to them, and these are more of a tint. And the way these are made, like this one is really, really old because it doesn't even have the metal lid to it. And I know the really early ornaments, they didn't put a metal cap over that. So you have a lot in there to work with. There's at least 3 different sizes. And then you've got that. You've got the ones with the pipe cleaner to them. And then you get the one really cool shaped one. So basically you're getting about 50 old Mercury glass balls. And where are we at? So I see Day Trip Vintage at 20 and Violet at 21. Yeah, egg cartons would work. I may just pull out some quilt batting and cut it up and carefully layer them. But this is how I found them, in a vintage Tupperware thing. And I thought, well, you know, I don't want anything to fall out, but you need to see the colors, though. I mean, look at the variety of colors. There's silver, there's gold, there's pinks, there's reds, there's green, there's some blue. So you've got a lot of great colors in there. And I see Day Trip Vintage at 25. Yeah, I am trying to be really careful because I don't want anything to happen to them. So yeah, it's a really nice Tupperware thing. The only thing wrong with the Tupperware is like you can see where some old tape had been. And I do have the lid for it too. So I honestly was thinking of carefully layering them in here in a bunch of quilt wadding. So we have Day Trip Vintage at 25. And I'm going to start calling it in the chat. But to do that, I have to put that down. So we're going to put that back over there, away from the bags of goodies. And so we have going once. For the box of Mercury balls. And we have Day Trip Vintage at 25 going twice. Catherine, it's given me anxiety. Are you kidding? Oh, my nose is itching. But yeah, that was giving me some anxiety too. Just think when I finally get like all the way into my attic. And we have sold. My mother had nothing but Tup. Hey, you're supposed to be in there. Get in there. My mother had nothing but old Tupperware. So let's see, where are we at for that? Day Trip Vintage at 25. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, this is the last Christmas set I have. And I'm pretty sure some of them are vintage. So we're gonna, I gotta pour them out of here. So it's like a massive bag of bells. And only the modern ones seem to be metal. So we're gonna do the bag of bells. We're gonna do that as an offer. We're gonna start that at 4. So for the bag of bells, okay? And not all of them fit in here. We're gonna start this as an offer. Now, the newest ones I think in here are these metal ones. The funny part is when you look at the clangers inside, the little clapper inside actually looks like a tiny little ladle because of the way it's shaped. So they're all 3 different colors. So you have a silver one, you have a kind of pinkish one, and you have a copper one. So you get those 3. These 3 are metal. And I think these are the newest ones in here. So you have that. Then you have this one, which at first I couldn't decide if it was just meant to be a horn and if that was a Christmas hook down in there, but it's got a loop up here, so I think it's a bell. I don't know, but this one's coming with it. So you get those. You get this little vintage plastic one, which still has a really old piece of string. Now he's missing his little clapper piece, but he's that hard styrene, that early plastic. So you have that one. And then you get these guys. Now, these are older. These are hard plastic too. Now, this one is missing its little piece. But, you know, you could probably figure out a way to make that work out. And there's a couple of these. So these are 2 inches high. And I didn't spot any maker's marks, but these I think are from the 70s. So you get the red one, and that's the one that's missing its little piece. But then you get They all match, and they all have all these neat ridges inside, which give these, like, you can just barely see the ridges if I tilt it the right way. Now, all the ridges are on the inside, but it gives these a great look. And you get these two dark blue ones. You get one that is more of an amber yellow, and then one that looks more like a yellow. And then you get a white one. So you get all of those. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 6 of those plastic ones. And then you get these. And I don't know if, I think these might be newer. I can't really tell. And I also am like, are they plastic or are they aluminum? That's the other thing I couldn't tell. I think they might be plastic, but these are bigger. And there's a red one and a gold one. And these are 3 inches tall. And you've got all this glitter. This is like crossed candy canes in silver and a gold. And then embossed all around the edge are candy cane, a heart, a little Christmas tree. And then there's one in red that has the candy canes in gold and white with a little bit of holly. So you get those 2, you get all of these, and you get, I can't even pick them all up, but let's see if I can at least pick up these 3. And then you get 5 more. So you get these 3, and there's a yellow one and another blue one sitting down in front of me. So you get all these different bells. And as I said, some of them are vintage. I don't have any plastic star ornaments. And thinking of what's in the stuff in the attic that's in my parents' stuff, I don't think they had any either. So you get all these wonderful, wonderful bells to use for your crafting pleasure, or in case you want to make some really wild earrings, because these are nice and light. Yeah, that's a lot of bells in there. That's a lot of bells. And the cool part is, like, the only ones from my house I think is the white one. These were all in the box of miscellaneous Christmas stuff from that yard sale I had gone to. Because there was something else, there were snowmen in the box I wanted, so I had to take it all. So I'm passing along the bell goodness. Jody, I am not surprised at all that you would wear earrings made out of those bells. But you get all of those wonderful bells, and we are, let me see, where are we at for these? I see Gabby for 6. So we are at 6 for all those wonderful bells. And we're going to do going once. And yeah, they are really kind of neat. I really like those ones with the ridges to them, because they're definitely on the older side. And it's neat that there's such a nice variety of colors, and there's a couple different ones in there. We've got those 3 bags. Am I missing anything else? We're going to do going twice. I have this vague feeling I'm forgetting something, but there's nothing around me. So I don't know what it is. And sold. Awesome. So those are going to, let's scroll back up. Gabby for 6. All right. Now, I have 3 more bags of goodies, and then I've got 2 things of wire. Now, this is all miscellaneous beads. Now, I didn't think this was enough. Oh, okay. Gabby, I can do that. Send to Julie. Day trip vintage. Oh, she'll love those. She will love those. So I had this, and I knew I had taken what I needed for a craft out of it. And you can tell how old it is because the bag is looks a little gray. Because Darice has not sold these kind of bags in decades. But there's a lot still in there. And they're all kinds of different shapes. These are kind of cool. They look almost like a cabbage leaf. There's about 8 or 9 of those, but the rest are all different shapes. Teardrops, they're different colors. There's some in peach, pale pinks, paler blues. But I didn't think all that was enough to have just that in the bag. So you get all that's left in there. And then, oh no! Shoot, the purple beads are running away. I forgot they were in there. Getting tired and I forgot. Okay, so you're going to get all of those. And then I had some purple beads. And there's only a few, but there's little hearts. There's little diamonds. Because I think that must have been a bracelet or something that came apart. And I just dumped them all over my desk. You tell I'm running out of steam. So you're going to get them with this, but you're also going to get this little one that has pink in the center and then clear on the outside. And you're going to get all the beads from this. So you'll have more pearlized beads and some gold ones. You're going to get all these little beads. And then you're going to get a ring that's all these tiny little seed beads. So you're going to get all of that, all those beads to use for crafting, including all these little purple ones that I just dropped out. So you're going to get the bag of beads for $3, number 18. $3, number 18, you get all those different beaded things and the little bag of beads so that you can use them for whatever crafting you want to do. And I can't believe I dropped the purple ones all over my desk because I forgot they were in the bag. Brain damaged. Mind like a steel sieve when I get tired. And I see Nettie for 18. Come on, you last 3. I don't have long enough fingernails anymore to grab stuff. I snapped them off at therapy. All right, so I see Nettie for that one. And then I have a bag that is all keeping up with beads and stuff. This is all jewelry pieces that you can either, they all needed new elastic. And you can either redo them with new elastic and give yourself some neat bracelets, or you can reuse the beads. Now this one looks cool, but it's missing one of the black pieces that was in there. But these are pretty good size. I mean, these are 1.5 inches wide and really neatly textured. So you can figure out something for these beads. So you get that. And these are all metal bead bracelets for crafting. So you'll get that one. You'll get this one, which actually I take that back. I think this one's plastic, but it's got such a cool metallic look to it. So you'll have this one to play with. This one's all metal. You'll have this one to play with. And these are curved. And then you'll have this one. Now, I really like this one, but I don't have the time or the inclination to want to restring all this. It's looking almost gray, but it's all silver. And it really would make a beautiful cuff bracelet if the elastic weren't stretching out. And I do not have the time to be redoing all that, but that is all solid metal. So you get all of those in this bag. That's a lot of beads in that bag of the metal kind. The metal ones do tend to be more expensive, but you're going to get all of that. So this is the bag of metal bead bracelets, but this one's going to be $3 as well. And it's number 75. $3, number 75. Yeah, that last one is a really cool piece, but there is so much for me to do around here. I just don't have the time to redo that last one for myself. And I see Fiona. Now the last one is a single piece. And I've been thinking about this one off and on because I'm half tempted to take it apart myself because it's this. Now, as a necklace, I think this thing's a hot mess. I think whatever manufacturer made it didn't get this quite right. But it's somewhere along the line, like a piece of it broke. But if this were taken apart, this would be kind of cool to use as a garland. If you made like something that had a Christmas tree on it or made a miniature Christmas tree, this would be kind of cool to use, take it apart and use it as the garland on a tree, because this silver, it's square. This is all square, but it has enough space that you could stitch a thread through there and hang it on the tree piece, or even if it were like a cross stitch thing or a needlepoint thing, and use it as some kind of little garlands or make doll necklaces out of it. And there is a lot there to play with. There is a lot to play with. It doesn't have a maker's name on it anywhere, but it just seemed like too cool a thing. I mean, it's too cool a thing to just toss. It is just that you could play with and do something, and there is a lot of it there. So that one necklace piece is $4, and it's number 62 for all that long square chain. It's $4 and number 62. Yeah, I mean, I really could be repurposed into something. Because it's really cool, because it's not like anything where it's coming and unraveling. They are all well put together. And I see you guys came in at the same time. Let me double check that one. And I see Fiona for that one too. Okay. Now the only other thing I had left, and I'd sold some of this once before, and then I got told that they don't make this color at all anymore, and they've also, the price is way crazy for wire. So I have craft wire. So I have two different ones, and they're never been opened. There's 24 yards of fuchsia, and it's 26 gauge. And it's a whole spool. It's a little bit darker than Pepto-Bismol pink. So we have this one. And so this one is $3. I'm sure that's still too cheap from what I got told. Especially for that amount of wire that's on there. But this one's $3 and it's number 12 for this. And it's, like I said, it's fuchsia color. It's 26 gauge and there's 24 yards of it. $3, number 12. And that's going to Nettie. Now the other one is I can't tell if that says 1989 or 1999. This is called Wild Wire, and it's copper wire 24 gauge, but it's covered so the color is violet. So this one's a little thinner. It's 24 gauge. And I'm trying to see how much is on there. You're not telling me? No, it doesn't tell me how much is on there, just that it's 24 gauge. Now, Wild Wire, that came out in the 90s for use with making it into, they sold this with a lot of bead kit stuff. So Wild Wire, the violet, this is $3. This is number 30. $3, number 30 for the violet Wild Wire. So hey, Perfecting Pearls. Yeah, you have a big job there, rearranging all that. I don't think I'd be able to do that. Okay, so the bells sold, so they're good. We did that one. We still have the bag of bears for $4 that was number 71. We'll quick go over what's left here. There's not much that did not sell. And we have the Mrs. Claus and Santa Claus heads that you could make bodies and put them on. They were $4 and number 83. And we have another bag of the milkweed silk for $4. That was number 12 because I have a second bag for that. Oh, Evan Owen is here. Oh, Evan Owen, you want number 30. Okay. So that's the wire. That's the violet wire. Put that up here. Okay, and then let me flip that around. Oh, there's 3 more beads that need to go in that bag. What else didn't sell? We didn't sell the Bugs Bunny rubber stamp. It's never been used. And he was $6. He's number 32. And then we had the curtain frame, big rubber stamp. No, Evan, Evan Owen, I still have your info, so that's okay. And the curtain frame one was $9 and is number 10. Also really nice and clean. And then we had all the holographic sticker paper that, you know, some of it has like a spot where it got folded, but you can usually still use these to glue down. And there are 5 sheets of those. And we'll drop these $1. So it's $5 for these, and these were number 70. So that was going through all the last of the craft stuff that didn't sell. And what else? Oh, well, no, these didn't sell either. We do still have the big, and like I said, these were modern. The big candle rings with the silk flowers, except the red is flocked. We had these that didn't sell, and these were $3 for the two of them, number 47. We had those, and that's one of the milkweed pieces. What else did not? We did the 2 fabric mini piggies. I think that was it. And that was all the craft stuff. The only thing I have left is I think this is I don't know, I may put this on eBay. It's a half yard of fabric, but you know how that saying, when pigs fly? Well, it's pigs flying. They either have wings or they're in an airplane. I think I may put that one up online because I don't know that anybody would be interested in that one. So, did you guys have fun tonight? You heard fabrics yet? Well, you already got the other little piggy fabrics. But this is a half yard, Fiona. This is a half yard of When Pigs Fly, because you have a pig in a propeller airplane, and then you have a bunch of other pigs in the background that have wings. It is put out by Shamus and Sons, is the name across the thing. So if you wanted, like I said, this one is a half yard. So this one would be $5 for the half yard piece of Pigs Fly, and would be number 49. Pigs Fly fabric, half yard, would be number 49, $5. So, and it's going to Fiona. Why am I not surprised? I'll put it with the other Piggly Wigglies that you were getting. So the only other thing I have, and I don't know if you want to see it, is I do still have some things that I had made that didn't get shown on Jody's sale when we had the Makers Market. I still have a few things from that didn't go. If you want to see a couple of them, I hang around for another 10, 15 minutes and try to, before I get an ice pack for my back. Fiona, I think you did, didn't you? You get the, let me double check, but I think you got the other piggies. Oh, no, you're right. You didn't. They're going to Canada. They're going to Melanie. Melanie got the other fabrics. So you were right. It was Melanie. It was somebody else got the piggy fabrics. See, I'm getting tired. I'm getting brain dead. It gets rough because my hip's been bothering me. Not the one that had been. The one pinched nerve that's left is affecting the right-hand side. So, but I'll make it work. Now, let's see, that's this one. Let me get these runaway beads in here. Yeah, a couple of you have been in and out, but I appreciate everybody being here. And I thank you very much for your, good night, Nettie, for your staying. I have not decided what's going to happen next week, because next Thursday would be Oh, Jenny, I don't know that there is an easy way and cheap way to ship to Canada. I really don't think there is, uh, because that's not been something that I've had that same problem. To send stuff to Canada always seems to be expensive. Sending anything anywhere outside of the US seems to be expensive. uh, yeah, it is much more. So, but I appreciate all of you coming and I hope you had fun and like I said, it's that usual thing. If you never know what I'm going to find, but this coming Thursday, it's Thanksgiving night. So, I don't know if I'm going to come on or not. Mike is working that day at his store. So when he does get home, he's probably going to want to eat and fall asleep. So I might come on and maybe do something a little different. I don't know. Maybe I'll tell you a story, one of the Gilbert and Sullivan operettas. Who knows? Maybe I'll tell you the story of Pirates of Penzance or something. So, and my croaking voice, because I haven't sung in so long, maybe I could sing one of those. Because for the YouTube powers that be, Gilbert and Sullivan is all in the public domain. There's no copyright, not in the United States, not in Canada, nowhere is there a copyright on Gilbert and Sullivan. The last copyright expired with Utopia Limited in 89 or 91. So I might just come on Thursday night and tell you a story. So have a good night, and I hope to have I know I've been saying it forever, but I keep always thinking I'll get all of it packed up. But I do have a lot of stuff sorted out. Book, have you gotten your Monsters book that you bought? Because I know you paid, but I'm not finding a receipt from the post office for it. So it's beginning to make me wonder if that's not something that got moved when they moved everything to make my table higher so it would stop my back from spasming when I tried to pack. So let me know. So you guys have a good night. If I'm not on Thursday, then I might be able to restock my inventory in my Etsy shop because I have things like this beauty that has to get on there. I don't have any lacings for this though, but this is a Ren Fair vest for like the Renaissance Fair and cosplaying that needs to get on there. Isn't that pretty? So good night, everybody, and have a good week. Stay healthy, stay happy as much as you can. Choose to be, and I will see you in the chats if I don't see you Thursday night. All right. So good night, and I'm gonna go and ice my back and go to bed because I have therapy and traction in the morning. Oh, joy. Bye, everybody.